The following is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, Chapter number 5, Text number 8, given by His Grace Sriman Sankarshan Das Adhikari, recorded on April 12th, 2008, in Sofia, Bulgaria.
So today, we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, Chapter number 5, Vidura's Talks with Maitreya, Text number 8. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yaistat Prabhedairadilokkanato Lokan alokan sahalokapalan Achikopadyatra hi sarvasattva Nikaya Bedo Dagrita Pratita. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme King of all kings has created different planets and places of habitation where living entities are situated in terms of the modes of nature and work. And He has created their different kings and rulers. Purport. Lord Krishna is the chief king of all kings, and He has created different planets for all kinds of living entities. Even on this planet, there are different places for inhabitation for different types of men. There are places like deserts, islands, icelands, and valleys in mountainous countries, and in each of them there are different kinds of men born of different modes of nature according to their past misdeeds. There are people in the Arabian deserts and in the valleys of the Himalayan mountains, and the inhabitants of these two places differ from one another, just as the inhabitants of the Icelands also differ from them. Similarly, there are also different planets. And the planets below the earth, down to the Patala planet, are full of various kinds of living beings. No planet is vacant, as wrongly imagined by the so-called modern scientist. In the Bhagavad Gita we find it said by the Lord that the living entities are sarvagata, are present in every sphere of life. So there is no doubt that on other planets there are also inhabitants like us, sometimes with greater intelligence and greater opulence. The living conditions for those of greater intelligence are more luxurious than on this earth. There are also planets where no sunlight reaches, and there are living entities who must live there due to their past deeds. All such plans for living conditions are made with the Supreme Lord, and Vidura requested Maitreya to describe this for the sake of further enlightenment. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jata Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadhutam Purijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamsha. So, Vidura has requested Maitreya to describe this for the sake of further enlightenment. What does that tell us? That means even though Vidura is already a very, very enlightened personality, he desires further enlightenment. Actually, the more you become enlightened, the more you desire further enlightenment. It is not that now I am enlightened, I don't need to hear anything more. You see, I got know it all. You see. Someone who has no attraction to hear Krishna Katha, they're in the darkness of ignorance. One who is very eager to hear more about Krishna, they are enlightened. So, for those of us who are not enlightened, how do we become enlightened? You simply have to hear, that's all. If you hear from someone who is enlightened, then you become enlightened. It's not that we have to imitate Lord Buddha to go look for some tree to sit down and meditate silently. That is not the method of enlightenment given by Krishna. Krishna clearly gives the method for enlightenment. Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam ganinas tattvadarshinaha. Just try to learn the truth by approaching the spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized souls can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. It's a simple thing. You just hear and serve. Hear, inquire, and serve. These three things are things that we do every day. Don't we hear so many things every day? Don't we do so much service every day? Don't we make so many inquiries every day? Everyone does this. So if we simply do that in relationship with a bona fide representative of Maitreya, then we become enlightened. Raja Vidya Raja Goyam Pavitram Idamuttamam Prachakshavagam Sharanamyam Shushukam Kartamavyam. You become enlightened with this knowledge, Raja Vidya. This knowledge is the king of all education. It is the secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge. And because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting. And it is joyfully performed. Doesn't everyone want to be joyful? But are they joyful? Just driving through the streets of Sofia, we can see how miserable the people are. They have misery written all over their faces. They don't know the secret. All you have to do is come in contact with Krishna, who is an ocean of unlimited bliss, who is a reservoir of unlimited pleasure. Just by contacting that Supreme Person, Krishna, that amazingly wonderful person, you become ecstatic. So they waste their life toiling for sense gratification. Some job they hate, some commute that they hate. They suffer like anything, and then they die like a dog. They die like a sabaka, with no practical result. Simply they go down to become sabaka and they're next to life. That's all. So, if we become enlightened by hearing from Maitreya or the representative of Maitreya, then we reawaken the original dormant love of God which is there within our heart. That love of God is the most wonderful feeling. It's so clean, it's so pure, it's so delicious. Just like a perfectly cooked gulab jamun oozing with sugar water. Pure bhakti is like that. An ordinary gulab jamun, you can eat it and then you can eat maybe, some people eat many, but at a certain point you can't hold anymore. Devotees used to hold gulab jamun eating contests, and some devotees would eat 50 or 60 gulab jamuns. Can you imagine? In fact, in Australia, there was one Mataji, she could out-eat all the men. She won the gulab jamun contest, one Mataji. So the gulab jamun is very much appreciated by everyone. You see, the gulab jamun, oh, very good. So Krishna consciousness is the ultimate gulab jamun. You can bite into it and the juice just keeps on oozing forever, all eternity, you see. As soon as you bite into a Krishna Prasad gulab jamun, you forget all your material desires, because all your desires are satisfied by that gulab jamun. See? You have a wonderful Krishna Prasad gulab jamun in your mouth. Who could want anything else? Nothing can compete. No offer of sex pleasure, no offer of money, nothing. That gulab jamun is the ultimate pleasure. You see. So that is Krishna consciousness. Once you get a taste for Krishna consciousness, that being enlightened by Maitreya or his representative, and then you're swimming in an ocean of bliss. Doesn't matter if you're at work, at home, at the temple, in the commute, at the doctor's office, in a hospital, at the grocery store, or wherever you may be, on the bus.
в автобус.
It doesn't matter where you were.
Без значение къде сте.
If you have gotten a taste for this ultimate glove jamun of Krishna consciousness,
Ако имате вкус към този глава джамун на Кришна,
then nothing in this world can attract you anymore.
нищо в този свят не може да ви привлече.
It's not, it just doesn't compare. That's
Нищо не може да се сравни с него.
no comparison.
Няма сравнение.
So somehow get a taste of this ultimate glove jamun of Krishna consciousness
По някакъв начин получете този вкус към Кришна.
by hearing from, inquiring, and serving Maitreya or his representative.
Като слушате, запитвате и служите на Майтрея или него представител.
And then your life will be completely successful.
И тогава вашия живот ще бъде напълно успешен.
Question?
Въпрос.
Question?
Аз живея извън храма. Когато дойде Гурудев, се опитвам да оставя всичко отвън и да съм 100% да му служа. Това ми е много усилие. Просто защото първо не съм свикнал на такъв ритъм. Въпросът ми е правилно, обаче имам чувството, че това пък ме зарежда.
Narada Muni Prabhu says he lives outside the temple, but when you are here, he is in the temple and makes every effort to serve.
Да. И това ми коства много усилия. И натоварвам, защото не съм трениран.
And this is very troublesome for him. He makes many efforts because he's not trained.
Някой пак ми казва, че в друга страна имам чувство, че това ме зарежда поне до следващото идване на Гурудев.
But he feels this surcharged him till your next coming.
Но чувам, че има бхакти, които казват, че всъщност по-регулирано, просто по-спокойно човек трябва да посети тези. Това е индивидуално и изобщо нещо да...
You have to do what?
But some devotees says that a devotee must be more regulated, more calm, a calmer sense.
More calm?
More moderate. Not put so much effort, but to be more moderate.
Not so much.
Not so much effort when
Who said that?
some devotees.
Some devotees said you shouldn't put so much effort to serve the spiritual master when he comes.
Not to be more like regulated, not to exert yourself too much, and then when the spiritual master is gone, then you're...
No, actually when the spiritual master is here, you should go all out.
Всъщност, когато духовният учител тук и тя направи всичко.
Shouldn't hold anything back. Because you can take a good rest after he's gone.
И като си отиде, тогава може да се починиш.
You must serve him very. There must be everything first class when the spiritual master comes. Everything first class. It's a very rare opportunity to be able to personally serve the spiritual master. He can leave the planet at any time. So while he's here, everything should be very first class. Even if it's so much turmoil to arrange for his service, you should accept all that turmoil. Actually, I was chastised one time by Tamal Krishna Goswami. I was visiting him one time. He was surrounded by all his disciples. It was like a turmoil. They were doing so many things. It was a big marathon going on. It was a very, very hectic thing. And I was sitting there taking lunch with him, very calm and peaceful.
Аз седях с тях и приемах пресадам и бях много спокоен.
And there was this huge storm going on all around us, all the turmoil of devotees.
Имаше буря наоколо.
And he said, everybody else is disturbed,
И той каза, всички останали са притеснени.
and you are equipoised.
А ти си спокоен.
He wasn't complimenting me, he was criticizing.
Това не беше комплимент, това беше критика.
See, normally you're supposed to be equipoised according to Bhagavad Gita philosophy. See?
Тя обикновено според философията на Бхагавад Гита аз спокойно равновесен.
But he thought I was too equipoised,
Но той каза, че аз съм твърде уравновесен.
that I should have been more in a state of turmoil to do nice service.
Така че аз трябваше да бъда леко притеснен, за да върша хубаво слушане.
It's like someone says, we shouldn't go out and preach, we should just sit here and be equipoised all day, you see.
Някой казват, ние не трябва да излизаме, да проповядваме, трябва да сме
Om
уравновесени.
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Нямаме звук.
And let the conditioned souls go to hell. I'm going to sit here and be equipoised.
Нека опустим позиция, това да аз съм уравновесен.
You see, that is not the Lord Chaitanya's movement. You see,
Това не е движението на Богочитание.
that's the impersonalist.
Това са имперсоналисти.
So someone is telling you you shouldn't go out to make nice arrangements for the spiritual master. You should just be calm and peaceful. That's impersonalism.
И ако някой ви каже, че вие не трябва да излизате да правите ангажименти за духовния учител, а просто да сте уравновесени, това е имперсонализъм.
Of course, you should be steady in your service.
Разбира се, вие трябва да сте устойчиви във вашето...
Then when the spiritual master goes away, you also remain steadily doing nice service for him.
Когато духовният учител се смени, вие също трябва да сте устойчиви в своето служене.
The spiritual master's mission is to deliver all the fallen conditioned souls. You see?
Мисията на духовният учител е да освободи всички обусловени души.
So even when he's physically absent, you should carry on with his mission with great determination, enthusiasm, and patience.
Така че дори когато той физически отсъства, вие с голяма решимост трябва да продължавате.
You can take a little more, you can relax a little bit, that's fine, but you shouldn't just completely fall apart when he's gone.
Вие може да си починете малко, но не трябва да...
You should have a steady bhakti going on all year round.
Трябва да имате уравновесена практика.
When he's here, you can crank it up a little bit. See?
Когато е тук, вие може да
And when he's not here, you can take it a little more easy,
и след това малко да си почините.
but not too easy.
Но не е прекалено.
You should always be working hard to deliver all the fallen conditioned souls.
Трябва да работите здраво, за да освободите всички обусловени души.
The spiritual master wants to see that all of Bulgaria will become Krishna conscious.
Духовният учител иска да види, че цяла България става Кришна осъзнат.
So, but when he is not here, you should try to make the whole country Krishna conscious.
Така че когато той не е тук, вие трябва да се опитате да направите цялата страна Кришна
So when he comes back, you say, oh, my disciple has preached very nicely. He's made the whole country Krishna conscious.
Така че като се върне, той да каже, моите ученици са проповядали много хубаво, цялата страна е Кришна осъзнат.
In this way, you must always stay busy, pushing for this movement, pushing for this movement, pushing for this movement.
Така че вие постоянно трябва да сте заети с придвижване напред на това движение.
Never become too equipoised.
И не да бъдете прекалено уравновесени.
That I will simply enjoy Krishna consciousness
Аз просто, че се наслаждавам на Кришна съзнание.
and let all the fallen conditioned souls go to hell. I don't care.
И нека всички обусловени души да отидат в ада.
Actually, I will give you an insider secret in this connection.
Ще ви дам една тайна в тази връзка.
If you embrace the mood of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to deliver the fallen conditioned souls,
Ако прегърнете движението на Бог Чайтания Махапрабху да освободите,
you will taste a pleasure which is millions and billions of times greater than the so-called equipoised Om Shanti consciousness.
вие ще чувствате наслаждение много по-голямо от това Ом Шанти съзнание.
The real nectar is in being a spiritual revolutionary for Prabhupada's mission.
истинският нектар е да бъдете духовен революционер за мисията на...
That's called instant samadhi.
Това е внезапно самадхи.
As soon as you embrace the mood of becoming a spiritual revolutionary for Prabhupada's mission, you instantly enter into a state of samadhi.
В момента, в който прегърнете това настроение да бъдете духовен революционер за Шрила Прабхупада, вие ще получите това внезапно.
The yogis will spend many long years going through all the steps, yam, niyam, asana, pratyahara, pranayama, etc., gradually coming to samadhi.
Йогите ще трябва да преминат през много стъпки, яма, нияма, пранаяма, за да стигнат до самадхи.
But the devotee who embraces the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he attains instant samadhi.
Но праводаний, който прегърне настроението на Бог Чайтания, той получава внезапно самадхи.
So therefore you should always be in that mood of saving the fallen soul.
Така че вие трябва да сте винаги в това настроение, да спасявате обособените души.
Questions more?
Други въпроси?
Искам да опитам, тъй като в нашия център на Кюри те говорят за мангаларите, за времето, когато правим мангаларите. Ние правим в 6:30 и дали това е по-важно да правим правилното време или когато няма да можем да се съберем тия хора, или да правим по 2 в 6:30, когато могат да дойдат хора, които живеят далеч.
In the connection with lecture last night, she wants to ask if it is better to make Mangalarati at 4 a.m. or it's better to make it at 6:30 when more people will gather.
Here?
In
no, better to have it at the standard time, and you can have Guru Puja later on for the latecomers.
По-добре е в стандартното време да го направите, а по-късно сте, които дойдат.
You could have it a little later, because Prabhupada said 1.5 hours. In the temples he established 4:30 became basically established at the time.
Можете го направите малко по-късно, защото ще предпада да този стандарт в 4 часа за храмове.
But he also said it could be 1.5 hours before sunrise.
Но също така казва, че може да бъде час и половина преди изгрева.
So what time is the sunrise here now?
И кога изгрева тук?
Кажи, че сега тези негодници са дръпнали времето, за да им е по-живота с 1 час. И всъщност ние сме с 1 час напред във времето. Лятно не знам дали го знаете. Америка го няма.
Now the rascals that govern the country, they move 1 hour.
Yeah, daylight saving.
Daylight saving.
So the sunrise is later.
Изгрява в някъде 6:30.
What time does it rise now?
6:30.
6:30? Well, if it rises at 6:30, you could have Mangalarti at 5 a.m.
Сега може да направите мангаларти в 5 часа.
Yeah. The easiest thing, because the sunrise is always at a different time every day, you know. The easiest thing is just to have it at the same time every day.
Най-лесно е да имате едно и също време да започне, защото слънцето изгрява по различно време.
But I don't recommend having it late for all the devotees who come late, then there is no Mangalartis.
Но аз не ви съветвам да правите късно мангаларти.
Have it at 6:30 doesn't make sense.
6:30 не е добре мангаларти.
Better to have it at 4:30 or 5 every day.
По-добре да го правите 4:30 или 5 всеки ден.
Even if you're the only one there.
Дори вие да сте единствени там.
And then gradually some people will join.
И постепенно някой ще се присъедини.
And when they see how much nectar they're missing, gradually more people will join.
Когато видят колко нектар изпускат, повече хора ще се присъединят.
Anyone who observes Mangal Arti, they will have an auspicious day.
Всеки, който спазва мангаларти, ще има Много благоприятен ден.
Either at home or at the temple or with someone else's home
Дали вкъщи или в храма или в някой друг къщата,
or at the center.
в центъра.
Wherever this Mangal Arati, I know is very important thing. I know we were traveling, the devotees, to India. We were in the Bombay airport.
Когато пътувахме в Индия, ние бяхме в
We had spent the whole night
Бомбай
transiting on our way to Mayapur.
и ние прекарахме цялата нощ
So at around 4 o'clock or 4:30, we had sang the Gravastikam prayers. There were like 60 of us there in the airport. We had Gravastikam right there in the airport. The other day we had to leave Golokadam in Germany very early to get to Frankfurt for the flight. We were leaving it. We left at 4:15 in the morning.
В Германия трябваше много рано да вземем самолета в 4.
So as soon as we got on the road, immediately Vishnu Priya Mataji led us all in the Mangal Arati prayers.
И Вишну Прия Матаджи незабавно изпя Мангал Арати.
It's very auspicious to sing Gravastikam, offer obeisance to Prabhupada, to the Ma-Om prayer, Gravastikam prayer, Panchatattva mantra, Hare Krishna mantra, Haraya Nama, Krishna Yadavaya Nama, and the Shringa prayer, and Premadvani and the Shringa prayers.
Много е благоприятно да изпееме Граваштика, Нисимка молитвата, Ядавая Nama,
and the Tulsi prayers, just like we do here every day. Everyone can do it, even if you do it a real short version, at home if you're busy. You can do a real short thing, like you could probably do it all in 15 minutes. It's a very powerful thing. If you do it every day, you'll get a lot of bhakti shakti. Prabhupada actually says that every devotee must attend Mangalarti. It's being very much neglected nowadays in ISKCON. So I'm on a campaign to bring it back. There was a time in ISKCON when everyone went to Mangalarti every day. Prabhupada said if you miss Mangalarti, you have to fast. And the only way to make up for it is with this sell one Krishna book, and then you could take your meal. That happened to me one time. When I was traveling with His Holiness Vishnu Jan Maharaj, I was sleeping on the bus. He was parked on the street outside the temple. I was sleeping in the bus. I didn't have an alarm clock, and the devotees forgot to wake me up. So Maharaj wouldn't let me have any breakfast. You miss Mangal Arati, therefore no breakfast. But if you sell one Krishna book on Sankirtan, then you can take breakfast. So I went out on Sankirtan with my breakfast plate in one hand and a Krishna book in the other. And after I sold a Krishna book, then I took my breakfast. So actually, Mangal Arati is a very important thing. The difficulty is our devotees are too addicted to tamaguna. They're thinking, sweet sleep. Isn't it? Sweet sleep. But for a transcendentalist, sleep is death. A transcendentalist wants to minimize his sleep as much as possible.
Трансценденталистът трябва да минимизира стреса колкото е възможно.
That's a transcendentalist.
Това е трансценденталист.
Therefore, if you get up for Mangalarti, you can minimize your sleep.
Така че като ставате за Мангаларти, можете да минимизирате стреса.
And if you're very tired and you need the energy to go to work or whatever, then you can take a nap before you go to work. It's all right.
Ако сте много уморени и се нуждаете от сън, за да си възстановите енергия да отидете на работа, тогава може след Мангаларти да поспите.
By rising early, the japa becomes very much easier also.
Когато станете рано, джапата е много лесна.
I'm getting up like 2:30, 3 o'clock every day. So.
Аз ставам 2:30 всеки ден.
I chant japa before Mangalarti.
Аз си правя джапата преди Мангаларти.
And then during the after Mangalarti, I can do some writing, do the puja, help out with the puja a little bit.
И след Мангаларти аз мога да направя пиша или правя пуджа.
So this early morning sadhana is very powerful and very wonderful. You just have to say, sleep, get out of here.
Ранната садхана е много могъща.
If you want sleep, you can take it. Tell your body if you want to sleep, you can have it later on. But right now is your time to get up and observe Mangalarti.
Може да кажеш на тялото, ако искаш да спиш, може и по-късно. Сега трябва да станеш за Мангаларти.
It's very sweet.
Много е сладко.
It's sweeter than honey.
Това е по-сладко от мед.
Samsaradava nanadida loka Chanaya karyuna ganaganavam Bhaptasha kalyana gunarnavasya Mande guru shi charanaravinam. Nothing like it. Worshipping spiritual master in the early morning hours. The author of the Gurvastikam prayers, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, has given a special blessing for those who chant this prayer during Brahma Muhurta. He has given a boon for those who chant this prayer during Brahma Muhurta. He says that those who chant this prayer during Brahma Muhurta, at the time of death, they will immediately they will immediately get the opportunity to directly serve Lord Krishna in Goloka Vrindavan. Now, who would want to turn down that boon? The direct service of Krishna. At the time of death, immediately you go and you can directly serve Krishna. Just imagine. Who would not want to jump at that opportunity? What if I said, okay, here, take this key. Krishna's in the other room. And here's the key, you can go and directly serve him. Who would not take the key? Would any of you not take the key? Would you not take it?
To be or not to be?
Taravam, would you take the key if I offered you the key? Krishna's in the next room. Here, take the key. You can go serve him directly. Would you take the key? Huh?
I'm not qualified to serve him.
I'm not qualified to serve him. So you let somebody else go associate with him. You would sit here and not go, right? Huh? And you would say, well, I'm too fallen, I don't deserve it, so I'm just going to sit down here and let somebody else go get Krishna's direct association, right? Is that what you would do? Say, no, I don't want to associate with Krishna. I'm too unqualified. Is that what you would say?
You not know what to do there with Krishna.
Oh, so you wouldn't want to go. I mean, you could go say, "My dear Krishna, I surrender your lotus feet. Now, please tell me how. Please bless me and guide me how I can serve you." You could do that, you know. Say, "My dear Lord, I'm so happy to see you." Actually, if you just say Hare Krishna, he'll be very happy, you know. Hare Krishna. You know how to say Hare Krishna? Hare Krishna. Yes. Krishna will be very happy. You just go say Hare Krishna. He'll be so happy. Oh, he has come, he has said Hare Krishna. Is there any difficulty if we say all you have to do is go bow down and say Hare Krishna? But then you say, "No, I will not go." Huh?
I will.
Huh? You would go then? Very good. So Mangalarti is this opportunity that we can directly associate with Krishna. He's present on our altar here. He's present on our altar at home also. The Lord is especially powerfully manifested during the Brahma Muhurta on the altar. Just like if we go to Vrindavan, you see, it is, whatever service we do is magnified 1,000 times. The same thing in Brahma Muhurta. It is 1,000 times more potent. Your chanting and your hearing, it's 1,000 times more potent during Brahma Muhurta. So, we encourage everyone, get the nectar. Don't cheat yourself out of the nectar. Sweet, sweet, what a treat, can't be beat. Brahma Muhurta. The nectar is waiting for you right now. You want to dive into an ocean of unlimited nectar? Set that alarm clock. And if you're one of those who can't hear the alarm clock or goes like this and goes back to sleep, then set 2 alarm clocks. And if that doesn't work, set 3 alarm clocks. You may put one of them off, but the second one, you see, each clock will wake you up a little further, a little further, a little further. I guarantee you, even if you're the world's worst tamaguni, if you set 3 alarm clocks, you'll get up. You can set one at 4:01, one at 4 a.m., one at 4:01, and one at 4:02. And put one on the other side of the room. A real loud one. So you have to get up to turn it on. You got to stumble out of bed and turn it on. Of course, in the old days, when we all lived in the ashram, it was easy. You would get up, you see. You had to. There was no choice. Everyone got up. The lights come on, everybody rolls up their sleeping bags, they come and mop the floor, you know. You had to get up. There was nowhere to go. I mean, you had to get up. So anyway, any other questions? Yes. Vishnu Priya Mataji?
Yeah, I was just saying that someone telling him that when the spiritual master comes, why he is doing such a heavy load. So I wonder what kind of devotional service he must be rendering, so he feels that way.
Then you shouldn't put so much effort into serving the spiritual master.
Serving the spiritual master, you should take it easy.
It's impersonalism. Yeah, as I mentioned, it's impersonalism. Someone thinks it's wrong to serve the spiritual master. That means they're an impersonalist. They'll never realize Krishna.
Ако някой мисли, че е погрешно да се полагат повече усилия да се служи на духовния учител, това е имперсонализъм. Той никой няма да стигне до Кришна.
Instead of encouraging how one should be continuing that same type of enthusiasm all the time, they are discouraging.
Right. Translate that.
Вишну приемата, че се възмущава как може някой вместо да окоръжават преводаните да полагат повече усилия, те го обезкуражават, казват почивай си по-леко.
So take that enthusiasm you have in the spiritual masters and carry it throughout the whole year.
Така че вземете този ентусиазъм от духовния учител и го продължете през цялата година.
That's the key.
Това е причина.
As I mentioned, you can relax a little bit, but not too much.
Казах, може да се почините малко, но не много.
When the spiritual master is present, you should always make that extra effort.
Когато духовният учител тук ви трябва да полагате екстра усилия.
To serve him and please him in every possible way.
Да му служите и да го удовлетворите по всеки възможен начин.
Just like when we go to Mayapur festival or Vrindavan festival, we put extra effort. So the spiritual master, according to the Shastras, the Bhagavatam, he is also considered as Tirthapada, position of the Tirtha. So we put an extra enthusiasm that time. So just like when the devotees will encourage us that when you go back to your country, take this energy and enthusiastically preach in your countries. So same way when a spiritual master comes and enlightens us, we should continue with that enthusiasm, not that we become dull, nor that one should discourage one person to come down to the level of a mode. So I wonder what kind of devotee he must be to say like that.
Tamaguni. The Tamaguni devotee would say, "Oh, don't put so much energy into serving the spiritual master. He's in the mode of ignorance. He doesn't even understand the philosophy. It's Kanishta Adhikari."
Казах си логично приемата, че се възмущава как може преводани да съветват други преводани така, да ги обезкуражава да слушат на духовния учител. И Гурдев каза, че той е Каништа Адхикари и Тамагуни.
Yes.
Добре, но ако някой примерно е способен да отдава някакво служене, но той вижда, че има и други негови духовни братя или сестри, които също могат да го дадат и той им дава възможност да го направят. Това значи, че той има последно служене.
If someone can make some service, but if you want to some others devotees to also to get involved in the service of the spiritual master, is this lack of enthusiasm when you want to share your opportunity to serve the spiritual master with others?
Yes, it's very nice to engage others. That actually, when some devotees, they just want to do all the service themselves, you see, because they have this attitude that they want to do all the service themselves. But a devotee who can engage others in serving, that he can actually do a greater service by engaging more people in doing the service.
Много е хубаво да се ангажират и други преводани. Някои преводани искат да правят цялото служение сами, но е много по-добре, ако ангажираме и други преводани на служенето.
Who is the best servant?
Кой е най-добрият служещ?
Srimati Radharani.
Srimati Radharani.
She engages so many gopis in serving Krishna.
Тя ангажира толкова много гопи в служение на Кришна.
She's always pushing people forward to serve Krishna. You see. Not just I will only serve Krishna.
Тя винаги потиква хората да служат на Кришна, не така, че само тя да слуша на
So
Кришна.
that's the way to give the best service to the spiritual master. Engage others also.
Това е най-добрият начин да слушате духовния учител, да ангажирате и други да слушат.
You serve enthusiastically and engage others also in serving.
Служете ентусиазирано и ангажирате други да слушат.
That way you can do 10 times as much.
Така вие правите 10 пъти повече.
This is Prabhupada calls it lazy intelligence.
Право че това мързелива интелигентност.
By using your brain, you can do 10 times more than just by working hard with no brain.
Използвайки ума си, вие може да направите 10 пъти повече, колкото ако работите без ум.
He said lazy intelligent, he is the first class man.
Той казва, мързеливата интелигентност, това е първи клас човек.
Yeah.
Какво ще каже Гурудев за ученик, който Гурудев му дава ключа за стаята с Кришна и той знае само, че Кришна е казал, който ме види, рано или късно се върне при мен. И затова отиде при Кришна.
What about the disciple who takes the key for the Krishna's door, but he goes there only because he knows that Krishna has said, who see me, he will go back to me.
I don't understand.
What about
You understand?
Yes. What about a disciple whom you give the key to the room with Krishna, and he goes there because he knows that whoever sees Krishna, then it's sure that he will go back home to them.
Yeah. That's very nice. But in this example, the key actually gets you into the spiritual world. You're already there. Mangal Arti is the key that gets you into the spiritual world in Krishna's direct association. That's the point.
Mangal Arti е ключа да отидете в духовния свят.
Anything else?
Друго нещо?
Вчера Гурудев говори за разликата между муни и гуру. Как гуру знае истината, но също така квалификацията на гуру има някои основни неща, които го определят като гуру, но различните гуру могат да наблягат на различни неща от свещените писания, инструкциите. Как грешно ли е това, ако различни гуру набляга на различни инструкции?
Yesterday we talked about the difference between Guru and Muni. Guru has some certain qualification, some basic qualifications, but the different gurus have different
stress on certain instructions.
Put different stress on certain instructions. So
is this wrong, or if we are attracted to some particular instruction?
Is this wrong if we are attracted to a particular instruction?
Everyone has their own. We are persons, after all. Everyone has their own inclination. Some devotees are very eager to distribute books. That's all they want to do. Some people just love pujari work. They can totally absorb their whole life in doing pujari work, day in and day out, all day long. Some people like to cook. Some people like to eat also. So, whatever your inclination, you see, you can The spiritual master will engage each individual disciple according to their nature, actually.
Духовният учител ще ангажира всеки ученик съобразно неговите особености.
Every disciple has his own individual nature.
Всеки ученик има своя индивидуална природа.
So the spiritual master, he will like to engage the disciple according to his nature, so he can become happily engaged in his service.
Така че духовният учител ще го ангажира съобразно неговата природа, така че той да бъде щастлив в служенето.
Next question. Yes.
Санкаршан е програмен експерт в правното ставане. Може ли да ми кажем кога смисъл, какви са нормите един човек да може да става колкото се може по-рано и също не може да се почива на него? Каква е сенцията? Колко часа да се почива часа да станеш рано? Дори 2 часа.
Because you are an expert in early getting up, so he wants to know what is the essence. How many hours do we need for rest?
That depends on the individual. Prabhupada mentioned 6 in the Bhagavad Gita. In one place he also mentioned 7. One time he even said 8 in the Varnashram morning walks. The thing is, the basic standard to shoot for is 6 hours. But if he needs some more, you can take some more. If you can get by with less, with 5 hours, that's also good. So you have to just 6 is the standard point. And you can take more or less according to your individual need. And if you're sleepy during the day, you can always take a nap. But not that you sleep all day, you see. Enough to refresh yourself and then get up again. That answer your question?
Моята природа е така, че аз мога дори 2-3 часа да стана сутрин. Но пък си забелязал, че от 10 до 12 много ми се спи много да държа.
He can get up very early at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, but at 10 o'clock he feels sleepy.
Go to bed early as possible, yeah.
He can get up.
Huh?
He can get up at 2 o'clock or early in the morning, but by 10 o'clock he needs to take rest. He becomes sleepy during the day.
No, in the morning.
This is to sleep in the morning.
In the evening.
Yes, in the morning.
I don't follow.
Okay, in the evening he goes to bed.
You need to get early to bed, early to rise. Makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Go to bed as early as possible. The earliest possible, go to bed. Then you can get up early. Make it a habit of going to bed as early as possible every night. When I was at Brahmachari, I was in Atlanta Temple. There was one devotee, the cook. During the japa period, he had to go into the kitchen and cook the breakfast for like 30 or 40 brahmacharis. And then after breakfast, he has to get ready to cook the lunch offering. So when's he going to chant his japa? So what he used to do, he used to get up at 2 o'clock every morning. Take his bath, and from 2:30 to 4:30, he'd chant his japa in the temple room. And I was so attracted to his program, I did it with him. I would chant all my rounds before Mangalarti. And then the thing was, after he used to take a nap during breakfast. When all the brahmacharis were down in the prasadam room, he would take a nap in the brahmachari ashram. It was peaceful and quiet. So he had it regulated. He had enough sleep. He took sleep at night. He took a nap every day, regulated nap. He went completely sound asleep every day, during breakfast time. Just like clockwork, very regulated, like a military. And he had very good japa, and he was blissfully absorbed doing his service. And he was especially recognized by Prabhupada. When the devotees went to Mayapur, to the festival, he had to stay back to cook for the deities. In Lana there's huge Garnatai deities, about this big. So he had to stay back from the festival to cook for the deities. But he made some rasagula and sealed it very nicely in a container for the devotees to give to Prabhupada in Mayapur. So they gave it to Prabhupada. He liked it so much, he said, "Give me more of these." But so the devotees sent a telegram or made a phone call all the way back to Atlanta that Prabhupada wants more of these rasagula. And he was so happy, his heart was dancing in ecstasy. I have pleased my Guru. Prabhupada is so pleased. He has ordered rasagula all the way from the other side of the planet Earth. So he cooked more rasagula and he shipped it to India. You see, like courier, express. So this devotee, he had very nice sadhana, and he pleased Prabhupada by his cooking. So if you have good sadhana, then you actually become empowered to please your Guru Maharaj. You can render very nice service. If you have good sadhana, you can do first class service. That's a fact.
So this defeats the words of that devotee who said something to Brahman.
What is it?
This defeats the words of the devotee who discouraged him.
Yeah, that's right. This Prabhupada was so pleased. It was amazing. I was so happy just to see this happening. I was thinking here, I'd been inspired by this devotee who was the cook, and I was so inspiring for me to see how Prabhupada had blessed him with this mercy, special mercy.
And I'm just thinking that how far did he go to serve the spiritual master?
Yeah. That he would ship prasadam all the way from Atlanta, Georgia to India, because the spiritual master enjoyed that sweet. He would send it all the way, half a way across, all the way around the planet, the globe, you see, just to serve the spiritual master. That's service to Guru, you see. If I make a sweet that pleases my Guru, I will ship it all by DHL, all the way to wherever he is in the world to serve him, you see. That is service. The spiritual master is there to teach you how to serve Krishna. Because Krishna is not personally present in his walking form, you see, you cannot serve him. But he has mercifully appeared in the form of the spiritual master, so that you can learn the art of unconditional surrender. in your practical activities. So you should serve the spiritual master as if he is Krishna himself. That's the standard. Anything less is an aparad. Krishna himself were here in the temple. How much would you serve Krishna if he was personally here in this temple? That is how much you must serve the spiritual master. Anything else? Naradi?
Което ни трябва, за да имаме добри отношения. Поради липса на което понякога отношенията между двете не са най-добри.
Can we say that the good sadhana is this what develops our transcendental side and
the good servant what?
The good sadhana develops our transcendental side.
Transcendental side.
And vision.
Good sadhana is the thing that...
Oh, good sadhana gives you transcendental vision? Yes,
and, yes. The lack of transcendental vision is... is the bad relationship between devotees.
Yes.
Bad sadhana.
Yeah, if you don't have good sadhana, then you won't be able to see the devotees in the proper light, and you won't have good relationships with the devotees. So you have to have good sadhana and good relationships, both things. They help each other. If you have good relationships, you'll be encouraged to have nice sadhana. And if you have nice sadhana, you'll be encouraged to have nice relationships. And if you do both of them, you work on both of them, always trying to have nice relationships and good sadhana. You do both things, and they will feed each other, and both will increase. You got another question? Yes.
Аз не съм се обезкуражил, защото това е много важно. Защото аз много добре разбирам работещите в съвременните условия в материалната природа, материалната дейност, т.е. това, което те извършат, не е материално, защото са бахти, но това, което ги задължава да върши, ги изтиска като лимон.
Now you want to say that he is not discouraged.
Not what?
He is not discouraged.
Not discouraged. Okay, that's good.
He realizes that devotees who work their efforts and.
Изтискал ги като лимон на работа.
Their work, the work of the devotees and the atmosphere in the country is like squeezing them, and so he can understand their statement.
He's compassionate. You understand? They're not, they're being squeezed by the material nature, and they're not completely. Their vision is not completely, even though they're sincere, their vision is not completely pure because they're still under the influence of the modes. Is that what you're saying?
Той казва, че въпреки, че тяхната визия не е съвършена, поради това, че те се очат познанието на каквото материалната природа.
Не от дуните, самата работа ги принуждава, ги изтисква както късват. Самата работа в момента, за да може да получат нещо в материалните условия.
Their work, their mundane duties are very demanding.
Oh, their job is very intense.
Yeah.
Their work they do is very intense. Yeah. And they're hankering for a time to relax.
умеят за малко по-леко да докарат. Мисля да не се напрягат.
So they're encouraging you to relax. Here's what they don't understand, you see. They don't realize that if you can be like this in the Guru's service, and that's bliss. See, they're being squeezed by the karmis, and it's miserable. But when Guru squeezes you, then it's nectar. Just like every day I give you those towels to squeeze the water out of the bathing towels. You see? Today you squeeze them very nicely. I tried to squeeze them more. I couldn't get any more water. Oh, that was Naradi. I couldn't get any more water out of them. Naradi did an excellent job of squeezing those towels. He did it?
Naradi said, no.
Oh, she told you to do it more. Yeah. See the Guru, his duty is to squeeze you so hard that there's no Maya left. All the Maya, he squeezes all the Maya out. And all the Maya is gone, you see.
Обаче материалистите make with devotees also. Материалисти also make with devotees.
But also the materialistic also squeeze the devotees.
But material nature?
Материалистическата работа за devotees.
Yeah, when you're squeezed by the karmi, it doesn't purify you. Just causes stress. But when you're squeezed by Guru, then you become ecstatic. Just like that Bali Maharaj, how much he was squeezed by Vamanadev. He put his foot in his head and pushed him into hell. Talk about being squeezed. He was pushed all the way to hell. And he took it as the sweetest nectar. Therefore he became Mahajan. He is in that prayer, you know. Svayambur nadada shambhu pralado kapilo munu janako pralada janako bhishmo balir vayasakirvyam. His name is there in the 12 Mahajans. Bali Maharaj, he became Mahajan because he agrees to become squeezed by the Lord. And he took it as the sweetest nectar. So we will stop here. Kandaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.